Yo, 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 it's your man, Big Daddy Roughneck. You're tuned into the Gary Brugman podcast. Prepare to be entertained.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. It is episode 44. It is a beautiful week. Got into a little bit of a fender bender yesterday, but we're going to go ahead and bounce off some guardrails and let's get to it. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast, episode 44. It is a beautiful Wednesday evening, ain't it, brother?
Well, maybe over by you, but not by me, man. We got a lot of lightning in the area last few days, man.
Lightning's beautiful, man.
Lightning's dangerous, though. We lost power twice, but it was only off for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes the most.
Yeah, we had some storm. We had a hurricane come through, and well, it didn't come through here. We got a bunch of wind and stuff. We barely got a drizzle on my side of town. You know, I mean, like really barely a drizzle. We didn't get shit.
Yeah, I know how it could be, man.
I was feeling it for like days before, bro. My
yeah.
Hurt, and I was like, why am I hurting? Oh man, that's why.
Oh yeah, when you start putting metal in your body, boy, you could forecast the weather 3, 4, 5 days in advance.
Dude, I got plates in my neck and my freaking spine, screws, you name it.
I'm with you, brother.
Well, as usual, I want to tell everybody to cough up the commission. If you can go to Apple Podcasts, give us a like on whatever platform you listen to. But if you can go to Apple Podcasts, not only subscribe, but leave us a 5-star rating and a short review, so we can climb up that ratings ladder. Why can't I get that out? Hold on. We can climb up that ratings ladder.
Oh, is that a Dos Equis?
Mm-hmm.
Oye, mira, Dos Equis.
I have to pause and go get another one, but
oh, ladies and gentlemen, I think Drunk Gary likes it here on the podcast.
But yeah, leave us a 5-star review and a 5-star rating and a short review so that we can climb up that ratings ladder and try to get this podcast number one. And as usual, you're at the mercy of whatever interests me today is what we're going to talk about. YouTube. Always. Go to my YouTube channel, just YouTube Gary Brugman Podcast, and you will find our latest 11 episodes there so far. I mean, man. I keep forgetting YouTube, man. Why?
Smash the like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and click all notifications.
Hold on, I'm writing down YouTube on my paper here. So I don't forget it.
You write it every week after the fact.
I got YouTube like 4 times on there.
Who's the dedication for this week?
Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute.
I'm excited.
I got to thank Maximum Altitude for all your custom truck accessories and off-road needs. Call my brother Joey Max. Maximum Altitude's got a state-of-the-art shop and showroom that's just going to floor you. Maximum Altitude's been in business in San Antonio for 26 years, and he's the pioneer in custom trucks in South Texas. Go to MaximumAltitude.com or call my brother Joey at 210-655-0184. And don't worry, your wife called. She says it's okay. And Joey, I want to thank you once again for always looking out for me. Always looking out for me. I swear this guy's going to claim me as a dependent one of these days. My brother always looks out for me, takes care of me. I got a little, I got sideswiped yesterday in the truck with my daughter Ziva. And
everybody's okay, right?
Everybody's okay. I mean, but dude, I don't know who it was. The guy was in a Mercedes. I was traveling in the right lane, and there's an on-ramp and an off-ramp, and the guy came on. And I was just driving down the road and nailed me, sent me across 4 lanes of traffic. How I didn't hit anybody else is amazing, but I regained control of the truck. My daughter grabs hold of the door and the center console, and she looks at me, she's like, "Dad, what just happened?" I was like, we got hit, baby. We crashed. She goes, "Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack." I said, "Are you okay?" She says, "It scared the heck out of me."
So it was on her side too.
On her side, yeah.
Yeah, a little louder over there. Yeah.
Yep. Want to thank GMR Gold. Go to bullionbox.com. They got 5 levels of subscriptions that something there to fit your budget. If you want to request information on how to secure your retirement with precious metals in an IRA, give them a call at 877-795-9585. Charlie or Tom will be more than glad to take care of you. They got good stuff. I've been buying stuff from them for a few years now, and I'm a member of the Bullion Box myself. So go to bullionbox.com or go to GMR Gold on Instagram and Facebook. And let me tell you, man, if you ever thought what life was like in the old patrol, man, go to Old Patrol HQ. It's a Facebook and Instagram page, and it's all about life in the old patrol, about what our old border patrolmen went through, and stories and stuff and pictures. And
digs, making fun of people.
Oh yeah, we do that all the time, man. There's no mercy in the border patrol.
The comments get lively too.
It's full of funny memes, quotes from famous and not so famous, PAs, which are patrol agents. For those of you that know habla, yeah. And also, don't forget to go to oldpatrolhq.bigcartel.com. They got some of the best merchandise around, so be ready to spend some money. Yeah, he's got cups, T-shirts, hats, mementos, and they are also carrying the official Gary Brugman podcast T-shirt. Go there and go get your official Gary Brugman podcast T-shirt. And right now, and the T-shirts are made to order, so there's about a 2-week delay in them. So they don't keep stuff in stock there. Everything's made to order. So be patient and they will get to you. So follow Old Patrol HQ on Facebook and Instagram for some history, laughs, and a few shenanigans along the way. And remember, there ain't no patrol like the old patrol.
There ain't no patrol like the old patrol.
That's right. That's right. Honor first, honor always. Thanks, Gil, for everything you do for the podcast.
Thank you, Gil.
And, dude, you know what? Let's throw out Swifty. Swifty. So, brother, if you go to my page, www.garybrugman.com, go down to my sponsors. You're going to find links to Old Patrol HQ, Hero Soap Company, Active Carry, and you're going to find Maximum Altitude and Swifty's motorcycle shop on there. Swifty took my motorcycle that was wrecked, and I told him what I wanted, and he just made my dreams come true. He brought my vision to life. So check him out there. There's a link to his Facebook page. Facebook page.
Dos Equis. every time you stutter or you forget where your place is, it's time to take a sip of Dos Equis, and it looks like he's time for another beverage, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
This isn't at like 11 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning. This is an evening podcast. That's why you get such debauchery.
Yeah, we always do this late at night, and I still haven't figured out why we don't do it. Oh, I know, it's because of me. But anyway, yeah, click on Swifties. It'll take you to his motorcycle shop in Crowley, Texas. The man's freaking brilliant. Get on over there, Eric. Thank you for everything. So now, dedication. I haven't even gotten through the sponsors. I haven't even hit the first sponsor, and you're asking for a dedication. You know what? Why don't we just roll out now and then conclude this episode?
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by while Gary gets a new adult beverage.
Yeah, right.
How about that?
There we go. You know what? We're gonna have to do that here in a little bit, but I'm good. I got some whiskey.
And away we go.
Yeah. that and mixed with the hydrocodone is going to make for a good podcast. So,
he ain't lying.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to dedicate this podcast to somebody that I don't really talk about much, and I have mentioned it in the podcast before, but I don't talk much about. It's a young lady by the name, and I've known. I haven't known her, but I've known this girl since she was about 7 years old. And her name is Nicole Van Meer, or Van Meer, Vanmir, Nicole Van Meer. And when I got out of prison, I have to admit, there's something I got to confess here, people. When I got out of the prison, I was in a bad place. I was worn down. I was broken. I was very institutionalized. And I just had a 2-year royal ass fucking from the government that I had sworn to protect for the past 17 years. Right? When I would go to a hockey game or whatever, I wouldn't stand for the national anthem. I cross my arms, leave my hat on, and wouldn't stand for it.
Very out of character for you.
I know, but dude, I had after almost 16 and a half years of serving the country, I got thrown in fucking prison for 2 years, ran through the coals, you know? I mean, it was the worst 2 years of my life.
Unspeakables.
You know, I mean, being told what to do, being told when I can go to sleep, when I can eat, you know, anyway, I was in a really bad place, but there was a man by the name of Ed Hendy who just out of the blue called me one day and changed my life. And my phone rang and he was at the other end of it. And I asked him, how'd you get my number? And he's like, oh, that's not important right now. And to this day, you know, that was in 2006. To this day, he still hasn't told me. So we got to know each other and he asked me what I wanted to do with my life. And at the time, you know, I was a little gearhead. And I said, you know what? I want a tool business. I want one of the Matco tool trucks. That's going to be my goal. And the man started a campaign on his radio station because he had a radio show. And his partner on the radio show was Pat Gray. You know who Pat Gray is?
Sounds very familiar.
He's got a podcast. He's always with Glenn Beck. Pat Gray, Glenn Beck, Stu.
Yeah. Pat Gray, yeah. The guy with the cowboy hat.
Right. So, well, no, that's Chad. That's Chad Prather.
No, the other guy.
So Glenn So Glenn and Pat are together now on the Blaze, and it used to be Ed and Pat in the morning in Houston, right? Because Pat lived in Houston, so they had a radio show in the mornings, and Pat got hold of Glenn, and between Ed, Pat, Glenn, Roger Hedgecock in California, Laura Ingram, and some other people, they came up with they reached out across America, and reached out to the American people. And we the people came back and forth. They came back and forth, and I got so many donations. They came up with almost $60,000 so I can get a tool truck.
Oh, beautiful! Amen.
Whatever we were short, they, you know, Ed and Glenn put in.
Blessings.
But I started getting checks for, you know, anywhere from $25 to $250. Well, I wasn't getting it. It was going to them. It was going into like an escrow because
fund, right?
Business, right? I never got any funds, but I got this check, and you know, they average from 25 to 250. I think I had a $500 one time, you know, a couple of 10s and 20s, but I got this check one time and a letter from a 7-year-old little girl named Nicole Van Meer. I say Van Meer, could be Van Meer, I don't know, but she was a beautiful little girl. Had her picture printed. She wrote me a letter, a handwritten letter, and had a picture at the bottom.
What year was this?
End of 2006.
Okay.
And she sent me a check for $7.62. $7, and the letter said, "Dear Gary," and I still remember it. She says, "I sell lemonade at my dad's poker games that he has in our house every week, and I usually give the money to veterans. But in this case, he told me to look at your story and consider sending it to you. So I agreed that you should have it. And I don't know what you did wrong, but I hope one day you can have a happy life like I do with my dad." And it was signed Nicole Van Meer.
I got chills, man.
So, dude, I got chills. And that's when and at that very moment is when I realized, you know, yeah, I was tried by 12. I was tried by 12 in Austin, Texas, which might as well have been San Francisco or freaking California, you know, because it's the most liberal place in Texas. But I got tried by 12, but those 12 people don't make up the whole country, you know. Right. I was pissed off at and to this day, I love my government. I'm not pissed off at my government. I think they did something wrong. They did something fucked up. But we need government. We need government in all levels, local, municipal, county, everything, state. We need government, because if not, look at what's happening. It'd be total chaos. But I realized then that it wasn't the people, it was the government, and it wasn't even the government, it was the people in government. It was the people in charge. Yes. Right? And I realized that all these people sending me these funds and telling me, "Hey, sorry this happened to you," weren't the scumbags that were on my jury. I got brainwashed. And that wasn't that hard to do because they're from Austin, Texas.
Right.
You know? And she sent me that letter, and man, about 6-7 years ago, I reached out to her, found her on Facebook. She had been growing. She was in high school. I was looking at her pictures, and I sent her a message. I didn't get an answer. Sent her a message. Didn't get an answer. Then about 3 years ago, I sent her a message for Christmas or something like that, and she answered me, and she said, "Oh my God, I remember this." And so I messaged her back, tell her, "Hey, tell your dad I said thank you for doing this." And she said,
How many years are we going now? How many years later?
This is it was 2006, so 14 years later, and now she's in med school in Florida, in the University of Florida.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she's studying to be a doctor, I think, or something in the medical field, and we talk, and we message, and it's freaking awesome. And this podcast, I am dedicated to this young lady named Nicole Van Meer, who completely changed my life because she made me realize that I live in the best country in the world, that this is the United States of America. And even though it's not the perfect country, it's far, far from perfect. Our history is messed up, but it's still the best country in the whole fucking world. So Nicole, I love you. Thank you for saving my life. This podcast is for you.
Hey, Nicole, very inspiring story. You're a great individual. Great things to come.
Yep. And dude, she's grown to be such a beautiful young lady, and she's in college and studying to be in the medical field. I'm so proud of her. It's awesome.
She restored your faith in humanity.
And humanity and the country and everything. She brought me back. Can you picture me not standing for the national anthem?
No, very out of character. No.
But that's how bad I was, bro. That's how bad I was. But
that's deep, bro. Thank you for sharing that,
dude. And I had to do it because I sent her a message the other day, and she got back and she said, "I hope all is well and everything's good," and she cheered me up. So, hey, but you know what? We gotta take a break. Dude. Sorry for the break, people. Need a refill.
And it's frosty. Mm-hmm. It's not dressed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. So let me tell you a quick story.
Yeah, tell the story on the air.
So my brother Dan Cox, Border Patrol agent, Border Star agent out of Arizona, he came to see me one time on his travels through Texas because he's heading to Houston and Louisiana to see some other family of ours. And stops at my house, and I was married at the time, so we're there with my wife and my girls, and we're having some beers. So my wife says, "Dan, you want a beer?" I got Dos Equis. She's like, "Absolutely." She goes, "You want it dressed?" He's like, "No." So, having been with my wife for almost 8 years, she got me used to drinking dressed Dos Equis with the salt and the lime and the little shit, right? So
get ready for it, people.
So she brings my buddy Dan his beer, hands him his beer, and he's sitting on the couch, and she gives me mine, and we're watching TV, and I go to drink my beer, and I'm like, I'm taking
now for the listeners,
I'm taking a
describe what you're doing.
I'm taking a lick of the neck so I can get some salt, and my brother Dan goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, Yeah. Stopped in my tracks with my tongue on the neck of this beer. He goes, "Are you licking that bottle?" I was like, "No." He goes, "I saw you." I was like, "She made me do it. She made me do it." He's like, "Don't ever let me see you do that again." I never did it again.
Thank you for pulling man code on him, Dan.
Dude, I swear I had my tongue out. I did that Scooby-Doo noise. I was like,
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, that was me, brother. That was me. But yeah, my brother Dan out in Arizona, man, he's such good shit. He's so awesome. But dude, going back to New Jersey.
I'm not touching to that story. I'm just leaving it how good as it is.
Going back to New Jersey, man. I guess on Monday, the owners of Attila's Gym were arrested. Can you believe it? Frank and Ian finally got arrested, brother. That sheriff walked into their gym at 5 something in the morning and took him into custody. I got the story here. Let's listen to Ian tell it on Tucker. Hold on. Check it out.
My partner and I had the doors removed since Thursday, and we had not left the building since. We had 2 weeks worth of clothing, and we were prepared to stay inside at all costs. But we did agree that we would go peacefully if law enforcement came. That time came this morning at about 5:10 this morning, when the county sheriff walked in the building and said that we were under arrest. Frank and I at that point went peacefully, and when we arrived back after being booked, we had boarded up doors.
So they boarded up the guy's business, bro. They took him into custody, and then the state came and boarded up their front. What? Boarded it the fuck up. What kind of country, what kind of state is that? Well, I'm saying country. What kind of state is that? You know, I mean, it's New Jersey, so you know you've always heard the New Jersey stories. So,
right. That don't include them with the rest of the union. That's what I'm saying. These democratic states.
I don't know, man. New York doesn't seem to be much different. Neither is Delaware or freaking Boston.
Scare tactics. They work in mass populations.
It's insane. I mean, how do you come up being an elected official and tell somebody that they're freaking boarding up their doors? Well, you don't even tell them. You have them arrested, and then you do it behind their back because you're a bunch of freaking cowards that can't do it while they're there. Because they said that the only way we're going to get out of here is if they freaking remove us unless law enforcement shows. Because they're respectful. You know why? Because they're law-abiding citizens.
Right.
So you fuck with the law-abiding citizens, but you got freaking murderers and rioters burning up buildings and causing havoc out there, you know. Well, let's listen to the rest of this. Check it out.
I hope the sheriff was embarrassed. I assume he was. There are murderers walking free, a lot of them in New Jersey tonight. Maybe they should do something real. You went on this show. You knew that was wagging a finger in the face.
Listen to what he's got to say here, man. This is how everybody should feel right here. Listen.
Because I'm not afraid of tyrants. And
boom. Not afraid of tyrants. Not afraid of tyrants. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. I mean, that's what this country was founded on. We left England because of that, and they tried to come and bully us again, and look what happened to them.
Now, can I pick your mind for a minute before we go back to that interview?
Here we go. Let's go.
From the law, you're the law enforcement aspect, right?
Sure.
These sheriffs, they are being used for business dealings and Department of Health dealings. Like, can you explain that to me? Why the sheriff would be okay with going and arresting these guys?
I know. Well, here's the thing.
Health department or business? Which one are we talking about?
Well, check it out. So sheriffs are elected officials. All right. They're elected officials. So unlike a police chief who has to answer to the mayor, you know, because he will get fired, the only one that can fire a sheriff is the governor. The governor can have a sheriff removed. So if the governor doesn't want to send his state police down there because he doesn't want to look bad, he can have the sheriff do his dirty work because the sheriff falls under the governor. So that's basically where he's at. That's probably why the police didn't go. That's the only reason I can see. That's the only reason. However, I'm pretty sure that this sheriff is probably going to lose his next election because
I bite my lip over here because this guy should be embarrassed to call himself an oath keeper, a Leo, a sheriff, a person for the people.
I agree.
It's embarrassing for us civil servants. You know, the rest of us civil servants out here.
Should have told him, send your state police. I'm not doing it.
Yes.
Send the state police. I'm not doing it. And apparently it was the actual sheriff. I'm not sure. I'll ask Frank if it was the actual sheriff, but yeah. But still, that's the only reason I can see, brother. That's the only thing that makes sense to me because the sheriff's got to respond to the governor.
The sheriff's got to respond to the people.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
We outnumber them greatly, and the only thing that they run off of is fear, which is why you see what you see in the media where they're pumping fear into the coronavirus when what they should be pumping is solutions. They don't do that. They don't ever offer any solutions. It's wear a mask, shut up, and wait for a vaccine. That's not public health, and I won't subscribe to it.
That's right.
Me neither.
The most moving thing I have heard in a long time. And I just want you to restate for our viewers who didn't see your last appearance on this show, how many infections of COVID-19 have been documented in your gym so far? Just to give our audience some sense of the public health threat that you pose.
At this point, we have record from June that we reopened and allowed visitors to our facility. We have over 13,000 visitors who have come to Attilis Gym Belmar, and not a single case so far. Governor Murphy cannot say that about the long-term care facilities that are 100% in his control, that have been shut down since March and account for over 50% of the deaths in the state.
Yeah. So you pose a documented, this is not speculation, the health authorities say you posed no threat at all, not one infection, and you were handcuffed and arrested because you defied Governor Murphy. You're a brave man, Ian, and I'm grateful that you come on the show, and I hope you will keep us posted as to, as to what happens next.
Just one more thing to end the night, Tucker, if I could. Governor Murphy asked us for 14 days to shut down. 14 days. Today in New Jersey, it is day 132 of the shutdown, and I would just think about that long and hard before they support his policies.
Yeah. Once they get power, relinquish it. So, as you know.
And once again, fuck you, Governor Murphy.
You twat waffle.
Yep. Dude, I can't believe that, all these governors and mayors, that they're just exposing themselves, They're showing their true colors, Freaking Ted Wheeler and everybody else, man. They're just freaking full of shit. But, man, we need to, if anybody listening is up near New Jersey, man, go support Attilis Gym. Let these guys know. Get on their Instagram, Attilis Gym Belmar. Attilis Gym, that's ATILIS Gym Belmar, and that's BELMAWR, like Mar, Belmar.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Oh, it's French. It's Belmoir.
Mwah.
Belmar. Attilis Gym Belmar, and let these guys know that you heard it on the podcast and that you support them 100% because they need the nation's support right now.
Yeah, man. Yo, good job. Those are the realest patriots in the country right now.
Those guys are insane. They're just not taking it. And unfortunately, right to this point, they've been fighting a losing battle because, like I said to everybody, the government is designed for you to fail because they have deeper pockets than you. They're going to win. They're going to win. That's the way the system's designed.
We will not forget. We, the Patriots, will not forget. Just like we ain't forgot about Anthony Weiner's laptop that was copied by the NYPD. So we got 2 copies floating around. 2. Count them. 1, 2. 2 copies.
Dude, that dude is a freaking weirdo, and he still belongs in jail. I can't believe he's out. What was the chick married to? What was her name? That freaking... She was always
Hillary Clinton. No, she was Hillary Clinton's aide.
Yeah. I forgot her name.
I don't know. Rich snooty bitch. How about that? Snooty bitch. We don't get along with the snooty bitches.
You done?
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm done. Thank you.
So yeah, but man, that dude should have been locked up for a long time. He should have been left in there, man. And I can't believe he's out, and he's probably up to the same shit. And the stuff that they're finding on his laptop is insane. Weren't you telling me about that?
It's outright disgusting, barbaric, Luciferian. It's so out there, and it's true that it's so out there. That's why people have a hard time receiving it.
Right.
I showed you 2 pictures.
Right.
And they were pictures of human beings that were beheaded and fingertips chopped off, and they were roasted, tied back like turkeys and roasted. Dude,
that's insane. I was looking at that and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. And it's brutal.
It's scary. It's scary that shit like this even exists. That's sick people in the world. And, everything happening now, that's the last thing we need,
But the people need to know how these people that have infiltrated our beautiful American government, that hold these dirty, deep, dark secrets that they do not want to get out because it's very embarrassing.
And look at, and that brings us to everything that's happening now with all this chaos and anarchy going on right now. I mean, how do you let people take over your city? How do you not maintain law and order if it's your city, if you're the mayor, if you're the police chief? How do you, I mean,
Easy. They're going with the plan.
I get that, but that's not what
They should be arrested and tried for treason.
I agree.
They take an oath, right? All these state officials, no matter how low or high, they all take the same constitutional oath.
Exactly. Well, I don't know about the same, but yeah, that's what they swear is to uphold the law for the people. You know, they're there. They're the constituents. That's their city.
So if you take that oath, then treason is among us. Treasonous are among us.
We need to go back to the old school days where you know break your foot off in somebody's ass when they're fucking up and teach them a lesson. That way they don't do it again.
Yeah,
you know?
spankings.
Yeah, that's what happens. This is what happens when you give everybody a participation trophy.
I knew you were going to go there.
I mean, it's true.
It is.
I mean, it's true. I mean, the amount of disrespect that these kids are growing up with, and because all these little Antifa pukes, I mean, not all of them, but most of them are in their late 20s, early 30s, you know, and the little teenagers are just jumping on board because, hey, you know, it's a party.
Yup.
You know what? Let's throw these Molotov cocktails into a federal fucking courthouse.
Oh, they're handing out $100 bills amongst the crowd. You know, it's amazing. Get what you need. Make sure you eat. They set up like a little Chad out there in Portland now to receive the people and feed them and give them beverages. And
they need to shut that down. They need to
immediately
shut that down. But
immediately.
Yeah, man, it's almost that time to thank Heroes Media Group. All right. And as you know, Gary Brugman Podcast is now part of the Heroes Media Group network. And we're glad to be there. You can go to heroesmediagroup.com and check out their articles and a bunch of other podcasts on their webpage. And you can also listen to us there. Or you can go to my webpage, GaryBrugman.com. Check us out there. And I also need to thank Active Carry Technologies. Active Carry Technologies was developed for everyone. After several years of designing first aid kits with state and federal agencies, they saw an opportunity to cover a couple of concepts that were being ignored. And the main idea was that everyone is capable of being a first responder. And they have kits for everybody from the beginner to the EMS guy, man. They have everything. Go to Active Carry Tech, TEC, activecarrytech.com. And man, they have all kinds of tactical kits, IFAKs. They have some great merchandise. They'll even build you a custom kit if you need it, something special. So go to activecarrytech.com and go to Active Carry and Active Carry Nation on Instagram and Facebook. Tell them you heard them here on the Gary Brugman Podcast.
Yeah, OD Green only matters, though.
Yeah, OD. I love that OD Green. And, of course, we need to thank Hero Soap Company.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no, I need my glasses for this one.
Oh, why? I'm not going to show you my taint.
That's disgusting. Don't ever say that again on the podcast. Hero Soap Company strives to pay homage to the values that our country was founded on by our forefathers. It's a veteran-owned company, and a portion of the sales is donated back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. Each bar of soap is made in Phoenix, Arizona, and all ingredients for the soap and clothing are sourced from companies right here in the United States of America. So it's an all-American company. And don't forget to use promo code HONOR1ST for 10% off every order. When you go there and check out their scrubs and check out their soaps and all their merchandise, and you put it in your cart, when you go to check out, use HONOR1ST. It's a promo code that they designed especially for listeners of the Gary Brugman Podcast. And use it. It's 10% off every time. Wash your taint.
Wash your taint. Let me tell you, I got my order. I received my order. I jumped in with the peppermint cool like we discussed. And it lathered very well. For soap, I got to say, the lather was good. You know, I'm a loofah man. I like the loofah, so it lathered great. And I was a little afraid, to bring the loofah down south. But the soap was nice and running down, and it got in there, and it didn't feel like Bengay. So I went with it, and it was such a wake up. I felt refreshed. Oh my God, it was Hero Soap Company, ladies and gentlemen. Peppermint Cool I started with, and it is wonderful.
And
Roughneck approved.
And there go our ratings.
Through the roof. Alice, through the roof.
There we go. Hold on. I can feel the building shaking now.
It was amazing soap, man.
Hero Soap Company. It's great. I use it too. And, whatever he just said, it's true. It's true. It's true. It don't feel like Bengay, that's for sure.
Well, when I think of that, when I smell that, it's particularly.
All right. Do we have to pause this now?
No. Carry on. Hero Soap, do your thing. I love you. 10% off every time.
That's right. So, dude, they tried to make a public hanging, a mockery, a joke out of Bill Barr, out of the Attorney General Bill Barr. Do they not know that they are not smart enough to try to even hurt this man? They're not smart enough to take this man on on the floor of Capitol Hill. Dude, he made it.
A champion.
Bill Barr came, he saw, he ate their lunch, and he spit out Democratic bullshit.
All day.
All day long is what he did, man. A bunch of amateurs, man. And another hearing that they had the Russia. They had the what was next? The Russian collusion, the impeachment. They had the bullshit impeachment. All this stuff, they failed it every time. And when Nadler couldn't freaking do it, they turned it over to Schiff. Nancy Pelosi, I got somebody better. Adam Schiff's gonna get it done. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he just took a big shift. He didn't do nothing. He got caught.
Dude, that Russian hoax when they had pictures of naked Trump, that he was so interested. That was so funny. Tell me that's not collusion. That was so funny. He was so excited. He thought he had something. But dude, they bring in Nadler, I
hate that guy.
Who they demoted to put Schiff in, but now brought him back. And it wasn't a hearing, it's a character assassination. They wouldn't let Bill Barr talk. They wouldn't let him do shit, but he still demolished them one by one. Every time they came up to him, he just demolished them. Remember with the money, the contributions? So you gave $113,000 and you gave $58,000 last year to the RNC or whoever it was. And he's like, does it surprise you that I'm a Republican?
Boom.
That's it.
And he said, that's over a long period of time. How long of a time period was that? I'd like to reclaim my time. I'm
losing my temper. Shut the fuck up, you and your temper. But yeah, man. Nadler's
what about Nadler? What about that other story on Nadler?
The myth?
Yeah.
The myth? They asked him about what's going on in Portland. Oh, that's a myth.
In Seattle. Oh, that's a myth.
So people, all of you that live in Seattle and Portland and everybody seeing everything on the news, y'all are fucked up. That's not happening. Y'all are imagining it.
This is somebody who holds a high rank in public office. Telling us what we see is what we don't see.
He's the head of the Judiciary Committee.
That's not like some of these guys and women, they get caught cheating and they're like, no, you didn't see what you saw. No, you didn't. No.
Right.
I trust my eyes over anything somebody else has to say.
Exactly. And Nadler, he's been a dud. He's a dud. Dude, he's a dud. He's a waste. He's a fucking joke, just like Adam Schiff, just like Nancy Pelosi, all them freaking Democrat pieces of shit. Okay,
I think a milk dud.
They're all a bunch of duds.
He's a milk dud.
That's what he is. Dude, the best was during the impeachments when they had him walk into the walk into the chambers, and they started playing the Humpty Dumpty.
Yo, what about Bill Barr? I see videos floating around of Bill Barr picking up the what do you call it that the Emerald Society uses?
Bagpipe.
What is that instrument called? The bagpipe.
Bagpipe.
Bill Barr got his bagpipe on, man.
I didn't know he can play.
Oh man, it was great. The Emerald Society went one way. He kept playing the bagpipe, going back into his side of the chambers. It was crazy. The craziest thing I saw. It was awesome.
Dude, I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, man. So Bill Barr just turned the tables on him, and I like when they're freaking sitting there chewing his ass, and he's sitting there like this, just like this, like I am right now, hands crossed under his chin, and he's looking at him, and then he just gives him a 2-word, 3-word answer, and turns the tables on him like that, man. Just makes the veins pop out of their forehead, you know.
But that you won't see that on mainstream media.
Right.
Those aren't the you won't see that side of him replying. You're just going to hear all the Democrats hammering him with the character assassination.
Exactly.
You know? Boom, 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 boom. Prime time. That's all they're going to put.
Yep. And then that's it. But you know what? I'm glad he's our attorney general. People are freaking scared. The deep state is scared right now.
I'm scared too.
Dude, so am I.
One reason I don't like Bill Barr. He doesn't believe in the science behind medical marijuana. My only problem with him.
But moving forward.
Come on, man.
Dude, you know what? I know the CBD helps and all that stuff. And, dude, I don't have no problem with marijuana, but it's still against the law. So until that changes.
He could change that.
So, actually, Congress.
They're good for nothing right now. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
we can't get them to do anything.
He can't change a law. The attorney general can't change laws.
I'm sure he has big influence.
In Congress. Congress are the lawmakers, brother. They're the ones that can do it. Bill Barr.
Executive order.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but, you know, Trump's not a pot smoker. So, you know, Barry Soetoro might have done it. You should try talking to him.
No, he wanted to corner the market in the illegal side of it.
Right. Yep.
You know how that went. Clinton's right to him.
So, brother, you know that August 22nd is coming upon us really, really quick.
It's going to be here rapidly.
That's right. August 22nd is coming up real quick. And on that day in Fayetteville, North Carolina, we have the 5th annual Man 22 Suicide Awareness Run. It's going to be held at Rick's Place in Fayetteville, North Carolina. There's no sign-up fees. Just come out and help raise awareness for suicide. The address is 5572 Shenandoah Drive, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Showtime is about 1,200 hours. So, you know, be there early. Showtime starts around 1,200 hours. There's going to be Congressman Davis is going to be there, Captain Woody, and my brother Bobby Henline, and Bernard Carrick's going to be a special speaker. So let's and we are bringing the podcast to Fayetteville, North Carolina. So we will be there as well. We will be there in Fayetteville for the Man 22 Suicide Awareness Run.
Please, somebody buy us a meal. We're going there on our own dime. We don't have much money to eat.
Yeah, this is true. So I reached out to Rick last week, and he called me back, and this is the 5th annual event, and he's looking to raise some money, and the family of his friend is going to be there, and it's a 2.2 mile walk, run, crawl, whatever you can do with plate carriers, you know, with your gear on. And I'm going to try to do it. We should bring a wheelbarrow. I'll wheelbarrow you around.
We already did that bit. Last podcast.
All right.